Have you ever wondered, is it possible to lose faith in your own eyes? Is it possible for the memories you are so certain of to be transformed into mere hallucinations by someone else's words? Today, I will introduce you to the most sinister psychological weapon. It doesn't harm the body, but it devours the soul of the victim slowly. This technique is called gaslighting, the art of distorting reality used by serial killers, cult leaders, and even the people you love most. In this video, we will peel back every strategy they use, from the early stages to advanced brainwashing, so you can see the truth before you become a prisoner within your own mind. The term gaslighting originated from the 1944 classic film and play Gaslight. It tells the story of a husband trying to convince his wife that she is going insane. He secretly dims the gas lights in the house little by little, but when his wife notices, he firmly denies it, saying, "It's as bright as it's always been, it's all in your head." This is the beginning of destroying psychological stability. When the victim starts to doubt their own senses, fear and isolation begin to take over. And that is the exact opening a manipulator uses to gain control. A professional gaslighter starts with small, seemingly insignificant things. They will lie through their teeth about recent events, saying things like, "I never said that, are you sure you remember correctly?" Or, "You're just imagining things." In psychology, this is called destroying brain database confidence. When small things are repeatedly denied, the victim's brain builds a defense mechanism by ceasing to believe in itself and turning to rely on the reality provided by the manipulator instead. When you start to catch on, the manipulator will use a trump card called the counterattack. Instead of answering your questions, they will change the subject and make you the villain instead. For example, if you catch them cheating, they might respond, "Are you starting a fight because you're so paranoid you've lost it? Our relationship is failing because of your negative thoughts." Just like that, they distort reality to make you the root of the problem. This is using a guilt trip as a shackle to keep the victim from escaping. The most profound strategy is isolating the victim. They will start whispering in your ear, "No one loves you like I do," or "Your friends talk behind your back, only I truly want the best for you." Meanwhile, they will tell outsiders, "She's been so stressed lately, I think she's losing her mind." This creates a double-layered wall. The first layer makes the victim afraid to ask for help. The second layer makes those around the victim distrust their words. At this point, the victim is left with only the manipulator as their sole anchor in this distorted world. When a victim demands justice, the gaslighter uses silence as punishment. They won't reply to texts, won't make eye contact, and act as if you don't exist in the room. This triggers an intense human instinct, the fear of abandonment. The victim feels so much agony that they eventually surrender and apologize for things they didn't do, just to end the tension. This is forcing the victim into submission through emptiness. Why don't victims leave? The answer is poison love. A gaslighter will provide moments of extreme sweetness, gifts, and excessive praise, followed by severe verbal abuse. This creates a dopamine addiction similar to gambling. The victim endures months of pain just waiting for that tiny fragment of love the abuser throws back at them, believing the old version of them is back. A manipulator scans for what you are most proud of and seeks to destroy it. If you take pride in your career, they will snidely remark that you only succeeded through luck, or that people are laughing behind your back. Attacking the foundation of your identity leaves you unstable and stripped of self-esteem. Once you feel worthless, you unconsciously hand over all life decisions to them. "You're overthinking it. I was just joking." This is a sinister way to evade responsibility. When they insult you and you react, they claim you have no sense of humor or are too sensitive. This makes you feel that your own pain is an error, and eventually you stop standing up for yourself, fearing you'll be labeled as someone who can't take a joke. Jim Jones, a cult leader, used gaslighting to control thousands. He told members the outside world was full of enemies and war, and only he truly loved them. He manipulated them until they distrusted all outside information, trusting only Jim's voice. Ultimately, he convinced over 900 people to commit mass suicide. This is the peak of gaslighting, when death itself becomes the right thing in the victim's eyes. Confusion is a powerful control tool. They constantly change the rules. What is okay today becomes a sin tomorrow. When the human brain is in an unpredictable environment for too long, emotional exhaustion sets in. Once you are too tired to reason, you will accept whatever they say without protest. I'm only saying this because I care about you. This sentence masks cruelty as sacrifice. When the victim is scolded or controlled, they feel guilty for being angry at someone who cares so much. This is the use of morality as a psychological tool of oppression, trapping the victim in a cage of gratitude or false love. When you demand fairness, the manipulator sheds tears and plays the victim instead. They will dig up your past mistakes to prove that you have no right to judge them. In the end, instead of resolving your issue, you find yourself comforting and apologizing to them. This is the most brilliant way to flip the script. They will badmouth the people around you to your face while simultaneously badmouthing you to them. That friend is jealous of you, they'll say, while telling the friend, you're losing your mind lately. The goal is to shatter the mirror that reflects the truth to you. Without anyone to validate your reality, you can only see the world through their eyes. No matter how hard you try, the manipulator will always find a flaw to criticize. Making the victim feel like they constantly need to improve is a way to maintain dominance. The victim spends their whole life chasing a standard they will never reach, forgetting those standards were built only to keep them beneath the manipulator. You remember it wrong? That never happened? Or are you sure you didn't dream that? Repeatedly denying obvious reality affects the nervous system, causing the victim to experience brain fog and lose confidence in everything, even simple daily tasks, until they constantly have to ask, did I remember this correctly? A master gaslighter won't lie 100% of the time. They will use 10% truth mixed with 90% lies to make it believable. If you went to a party and came home late, they will take the fact that you were late the truth and weave a story that you were doing something scandalous the lie. Having a foundation of truth makes it impossible for the victim to distinguish reality from fiction. On a deeper level, they will control your finances or your reputation, making you feel that without them, you have nowhere to go and no one will accept you. This turns the relationship into a psychological slave system. The victim fears losing stability so much that they choose to blindly believe the manipulation just to keep surviving. The final step is awakening. The only way to win against a gaslighter is to stop trying to prove yourself to them. You must start documenting your own reality, create a safe space, and consult experts. Reclaiming yourself doesn't start by making them understand, it starts by trusting yourself again and walking out of the fog they created. Gaslighting isn't just lying, it's stealing reality from someone else's heart. If you feel the world around you is becoming blurry and you're starting to doubt yourself, that might be a warning sign that you are being mesmerized by lies. Guard your inner voice fiercely, because it is the one thing a manipulator can never take from you without your consent. Have you ever faced a situation like this, or do you have techniques to share? Comment below, and we will walk through this darkness together.